Welcome to BADM 211 in the summer of 2019. I'm Professor Bolt, and I'm doing a quick video for you the day before this class opens to give you a bit of a sense of what you have to look forward to in the next 6.5 weeks. Yes, it's a very quick 6.5 weeks, so I want to show you the amount of work we're going to be doing, the things we're going to be learning about, and give you a quick overview of what our calendar is going to look like. So as you see on the screen right now, there's the syllabus, but I want to switch over to the calendar real quickly. So I'm recording this on the 5th. Tomorrow you will open up this class and it will be the 6th, and you will have a week and actually 2 days to do your first 2 chapters. And so we'll set a rhythm where we cover 2 chapters a week. The first one is a little bit more time, 2 days extra, which will give you some time to do the introductions and get settled into the course. But every 2 weeks, as you can see, we're going to have homework and quizzes due. Every week we're going to have 2 chapters worth of homeworks and quizzes due. And then after that, we'll have an exam on 4 chapters. Then notice we have homework and quizzes due for chapter 5 and 6, homework and quizzes due on chapter 7 and 8, and then an exam. And then finally, homework and quizzes due. The course ends on the 18th of June, and we will have a cumulative final exam. So I wanted you to sort of give yourself a heads up, and let me give you an idea about why we're closing on Tuesday. It's to give you the opportunity to get the work done over the weekend if you prefer, or if you'd rather wait and not have your weekend doing a lot of the classwork, but spread it out equally over time, that's helpful. Also, if you have any technical issues, having everything closed down on a Tuesday and having our exams on a Wednesday will give you the opportunity to access technical support at the Citadel, or if needed, technical support at Cengage, who is the publisher of the book we'll be using. So here's the calendar. A copy will be added to SitLearn, which of course is the software, the learning management system that you're using now. So let's go to the syllabus real quickly. A lot of necessary information in here. There's no prerequisites, but I have to always remind students that this is an algebra-based class. Not heavy algebra. We're talking about 1 + 2 = 3. The financial statement equation is based on very basic premises of algebra. It's analysis and logic, and so there are no prerequisites, but being a freshman or sophomore level at college will be perfectly fine for this course. So this is an intro class to help us to understand the theories and practice of financial accounting. We have some objectives. We're going to learn how to use this information, how to prepare it, how to work with it, how to analyze it. And we'll be running through SitLearn, which is a Citadel Blackboard-based software program, and we'll be running through Cengage, which is your textbook, which will contain some of your assessments, including your homework as well as your exams. I want to emphasize this just as much as I possibly can. I'm going to stick it in yellow. Reliable internet connection, meaning that at all times you have to have a reliable internet connection. So we need to make sure that you're not going on vacation or you don't have a work commitment that's going to mean that you're going to be a full 7 days without the internet, because you won't be able to get the work done because it is scheduled week to week and can't be done in advance. Here's the required text you'll be using, and I have not completed this yet. I will by the time I load it up, and this is going to contain the connection for the Citadel's SitLearn that will connect you to the textbook. And you will have to use a link through SitLearn, and you will suddenly connect straight on with the online course. To say that we are a rigorous, self-paced class is an understatement. You have to have a tremendous amount of self-discipline to be able to complete any online class, but accounting is particularly so because it's just got a lot of intense work in it, and the online class is no different than the face-to-face class. So it's manageable if you ensure that you have the discipline to work with it days in advance before a chapter closes, and understand that once chapter 1 and 2's due dates have passed, then it doesn't reopen. So make sure that you mark your calendar according to the calendar we just showed you a few minutes ago. So moving along, what's going to be in this course? Well, discussion questions will be per chapter. They're short, quick, easy, but we're looking to have a simulated discussion as if we were in a face-to-face class. It will be everything from challenging topics within a chapter to discussing your thoughts on the theories of depreciation expense. Please read the best practices for satisfactory completion of this. There will be short quizzes each chapter, and I say short. They are basic and introductory level information. They are much easier than the exams will be because they are meant to just give you an idea of the basic content that you'll need to move forward to understand higher levels that will be covered in your homework, that you will see in the instructions in the chapter, and that you'll note on the exams. Information here about exams that will be open for a 24-hour period. Need to make sure you're aware of that. Homework assignments will be open for a full week, and you need to ensure that you allow about an hour to an hour and a half for the homework assignments. The homework will be a little bit more difficult than the exams and will be preparing you for the exams. I will be responding typically much quicker than 24 hours, but please give me 24 hours for a response if you've got any questions. So what that means is if your homework is due Tuesday night at 11:55 p.m. and you have a question at 11, there's the possibility that I may not be able to answer you. So it's best that you try to do your homework, say, for example, on Monday night when you know that it's due on Tuesday night, so that you can get some assistance if you need it. We are a module-based class, and as you can see, here are our Module 1 with Chapters 1 and 2 and the objectives for this module. Module 2, Chapters 3 and 4. Note that there are some comments over here. For example, you can omit some of the content. Make sure you don't go in and study things that aren't going to be covered. And after our first two modules, we'll have an exam. And this will follow through for the entire course as we go through to our final cumulative exam. That will be actually, I've got a wrong date there. I think it is, let me go back to my calendar to make sure, because I do have the incorrect date. Let's update that. The final exam is June the 20th, and it's on a Thursday. As I said, this is still a draft. So your final exam, make sure you make a note of that. I've had students in the past that had work conflicts. I've had students that had all kinds of challenges, and you need to make sure that your calendar is marked, and so that if you are working, one student told me he was working 14 hours that day. If that's the case, let me know so I can open it up the day before. So please keep in mind that these dates are meant to simulate to ensure that they are similar to those that are in a face-to-face class. Okay. Oh, sorry. Now I'm seeing what happened. This is actually the 5th. Okay, this is live, so I paused my recording and fixed it. And yes, the final exam is on Thursday the 20th. So I'm going to be sending this out on Monday. This is my code of conduct that needs to be signed by all students. And I will set exam 1 with a password, and until I get a signed code of conduct, you won't be able to take exam 1. And this is just to make sure that everybody understands that they have to have technology, that they have to make sure that their schedule permits their submission of assignments, and that you may not work together on exams or quizzes or use any type of resources that are not allowed, such as Googling to see if you can find answers or working with another student on exams and quizzes. This course is meant to ensure that you have an understanding of financial accounting when you finish, and we need to make sure that academic integrity is upheld to every extent that we possibly can. As you note, the exams are 20% each. The final exam is 19. Our homework is 12%. The discussions, I will be looking for substantive discussions with strong grammar and content. Quizzes, and then there's a short annual report project that's going to be worked on possibly in teams. I've got to still work with that, where you may be assigned to another student and you guys will work on Google Docs or some format such as that. I'm going to spend today, Sunday, reducing some of this. It's pretty intense. These are homework assignments that typically happen in a face-to-face class. I'm going to work on modifying this. Notice that the due date listed here actually allows for you to turn in the first 2 assignments a couple of days late with a penalty, just because we want to make sure that everybody finishes these first 2 chapters, because they're the crucial component of this course. These are all the required disclosures about conduct and academic integrity and the completion of assignments. So that concludes our review of the syllabus and the course calendar. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'm going to look forward to working with each of you during this Summer 1 term for 2019.